Good evening. My name is Marissa Furman, and I'm going to be talking a little bit about information processing and multiple intelligence theory. Information processing is basically about how our brain obtains and retains information. Um, the information processing theory is the center of cognitive psychology. People often compare it to a computer and how like the brain takes in data and follows a program and then produces an output just as a computer would. Um, People receive information through one or more of their five senses, which, as we know, is taste, touch, smell, visual, and auditory. When the information is being presented, the brain goes through an input process, then a storage process, and then that is when information is stored in either the sensory memory, the short term, or the long term memory. The information is, it's stored in one of those. And then for sensory memory, it is not only retained for as long as the individual is exposed to the stimuli, and the short-term memory typically lasts about 20 seconds, but with repetition, it can be converted into long-term memory. Long-term memory does not stay with people for an established amount of time, but it can be retrieved and then used as working memory. So that's for information processing, and then I'm going to move on to multiple intelligence theory. This was created and brought up by Howard Gardner. He believes that virtually everyone has the capacity to develop all eight intelligences to a reasonably high level of performance if given the appropriate encouragement and instruction. Speaking of the eight intelligences are linguistic, logical, mathematical, musical, spatial, bodily, interpersonal, and naturalistic. The theory of multiple intelligences explains that humans have several different ways of processing information, and these ways are fairly dependent of one another. Each person processes all eight intelligences. It just depends on each person, each individual person, how it's like presented and which ones go hand in hand because everyone's different. The intelligences are always interacting with one another, and the theory of multiple intelligences suggests that the traditional notion of intelligence based on IQ testing is not limited. Dr. Gardner proposes the eight intelligences to account for a broader range of human potential in children and adults both. And that's it. Thank you.